Texas Agriculture Commissioner has a bone to pick with the state of Texas and the federal government for trying to make our children healthy. In fact, about a few years ago, 10 years ago, school districts in the state of Texas decided to ban deep fryers in an effort to get students a little more healthy. Well, Sid Miller is not pleased with this, and he is now saying that he will run an aggressive campaign to get the deep fryer back into their public schools.
Thank God. Somebody's finally doing something to help the kids.
Yeah. Right? I mean, if you can't have fried chicken in school, how are the kids going to concentrate on their studies? Here's what he had to say about it. I believe each school district, not the state or federal government, should decide what foods are offered to students. It's about giving back local control and allowing each school district to make the best decision for their community. It's simple. If a school district doesn't agree with any of these changes, then the district doesn't have to implement them. That's the beauty here. It's not about French fries. It's about freedom. I will always support decision-making at the local level. Listen, you are the agriculture commissioner who probably has a vested interest to ensure that there's crappy food in these schools. I don't understand the Republican mentality. Why are they so obsessed with eating shitty food?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and this is one of those where I agree with you, that mentality, except in this is one of those cases where I can't even guarantee that if Sid Miller were a Democrat, but he was the agriculture chairman, I mean, if he got enough money from ag businesses who probably, you know, stand to benefit, you know, tens of millions of dollars a year from food ordered by school districts, it's probably a big loss to have frickin' salads there, you know, and healthy meats and nothing deep fried and no French fries. And so, you know, I don't know. But that said, I mean, it's just nuts. And the dishonest part is the local control. I mean, this didn't come from Michelle Obama. This came from the Texas legislature.
Yes.
And signed, I presume, by either George W. Bush or Rick Perry. Signed by a Republican governor, and a Republican legislature made this happen because it made some sense, because they saw, what, in 2013, a 16% or rise to 16% in childhood obesity, putting it very high up, if not first in the country.
So let me give you the numbers on that. It's amazing. So his statement is hilarious, and it's completely void of any real facts. He says, we've been raising big, strapping, healthy young kids here in Texas for nearly 200 years. We don't need Washington, D.C. telling us how to do it.
It's not Washington, D.C., it's Austin.
In 2013, Texas's childhood obesity rate rose to 16%, fourth in the nation behind Arkansas, Kentucky, and Alabama. So they did this on a state level for a reason. They realized that they were unhealthy. 1 in 6 kids is obese. Yes.
Obese. That doesn't count the overweight kids. Obese. So yeah, I don't know. Look, it makes sense. The kids don't have choices. The kid, I got it. You can't do this for grown-ups, right? Or it's a different issue for grown-ups. It's not for kids in schools. You're feeding kids in schools. You should feed them healthy. And the local control, this is local control. It's just how local do you want to get it? By block? By classroom? No, man, get in Mrs. Johnson's class because they'll serve French fries, but Mrs. O'Brien, she's one of the Obamanistas, and they'll serve a salad. Like, no, this is the Texas legislature. You're in Texas. That's it. And of course, local control. When local governments in Texas want to prevent fracking, no, then it's a state issue.
Yes.
Then it's a state issue.
Exactly. I mean, it's always a state issue or a local issue when it's convenient to them.
It's always the big business issue. That's what pulls it together, because this is the ag business and fracking is the energy business, and those guys win both those battles. It doesn't matter about local or state or anything. What that is the money businesses win, and the efforts to help consumers, to help regular people stay healthy through avoiding fracking, or stay healthy through eating right, that loses. That constituency always loses to the money. That's the common denominator in both those examples.
Always.